Good morning. Today I'm going to do assignment number 3. That is finding the latitude and longitude for a few places on the training chart. That's chart 1210TR, the Martha's Vineyard to Block Island. And I'll be using the document camera, and I'm going to use a variety of different nav tools for each one. So you'll get to see me using a variety, that way you can see different types. So this is going to be assignment number 3 for CoNav1. All right, let's get started. Okay, so for number 1 is Point Judas, and it is the light. So we want to make sure we are looking at the light and not a buoy around it. There's not really a buoy around this one, but this is the light. We could double check the light characteristics to make sure we're looking at the correct one. I'll use the roll plotter first. So I am going to parallel my roll plotter to this latitude line so that wherever my roll plotter is will be another latitude line. I'm also going to make sure the edge of it will cross the latitude measurement on the side of the chart, so it will be easier for me to read. So I'm lining up that black line on the latitude line. And now if I push down on the center, I can roll it and it will parallel that latitude line all the way, anywhere I put it. So I'm going to put my pencil on the light. That's the solid black dot of the light symbol. Bump up my roll plotter, and then draw a line out to the side. So now I can read that line. I know it's hard to read on this chart, but I wanted to be able to see. I wanted you to be able to see things. So this is 41 degrees 10, 15, 20. So I have 41 degrees, and this is 20, 21, and then these are tenths of a minute. So I have 21 points, and I could count, and I say 21.7 minutes north. So that is my latitude. For longitude, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that the end of my, when I'm lining this up, the end of my roll plotter will cross the longitude line down here. So I'll line up on the longitude line. And then I'll put my pencil on the light in question so I have something to bump up against. And then I could either draw a line all the way or just make a note of it. So then I could read this, and I get 071 degrees. This is 30, and we're on the lesser side of 30. And how I know that, I have a 20, 25, and 30. So I'm less than 30. So if this is 25, I could count 26, 27, 28. So I'm somewhere in the 28. So I'm going to call it 28.9. I think mine's a little more 28.7 or 8, but that's fine. If you're within 2, that's good enough. So this is my position for number 1. Now let's do number 2. Okay, so for number 2, our light in question is Breton Reef light. That's this light right here. We can double check with the light characteristics, but this is Breton Reef light. So I'm going to do the same type of thing that I did with the roll plotter. I'm going to parallel this latitude line. It's a bold line. I could use the one on top, but it's out of the screen, so I'm just going to use this one. Parallel it up and see what my latitude line is. So I'll line up that line, and then I'm going to walk this, see if we make it all the way. I think we will. Yeah, right there is Breton Reef, so I can draw in my line all the way up, and I can see where it crosses. So we have 41 degrees, 25.6. So I have 41 degrees. This is 20, here's 25, this is 26. I'm at 25 point, and then these are in tenths. So there's the 5 and 0.6 minutes north. So that is my latitude. Now I'm going to go for longitude. My longitude, my roll or parallel ruler here won't reach from Britain down to the bottom. So I'm going to have to go to just the nearest latitude line. You could use either one. Again, I'm just going to use this one because it's on the screen. So I'm going to line up the longitude line using 7131. Again, you could use this one as well. It doesn't matter. So I line up so it's nice and straight on that vertical longitude line. Then I'm going to put pressure on this ruler so I can move this one freely till it lines up right at Breton Reef, and then I can draw in my longitude line. So now I have a longitude line that crosses a latitude line. So I can measure that distance from our longitude line to the light is the same. A little bit easier to read right here, so that's where I'm going to measure it. And then I just bring it on down all the way to the bottom here. And now I can read. We have 20, so we're in between 23 and 24. And I would call that 23.4, 23.3, 23.4, somewhere around that. So we have 071 degrees, 23, and I'm going to call it 23.4 minutes west. So that is my answer for number 2. The answer sheet said 23, but if you're within a little bit, that's great. So that was number 2. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, so we're going to do number 3. I know I have this big pole in front of me, but that's how we're going to do it. So number 3 is buoy 29, right off of Gay Head Point. So here is Gay Head. It's part of Martha's Vineyard. And then buoy 29, we know it because of the characteristic. It's a buoy, and it has a 29 on it. So we are going to get the latitude and longitude of this buoy. This time I'm going to be using my triangle. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit. Yeah, I'm using my triangle. So I'm going to make a perpendicular line. So I put my pencil on the buoy, and then I line up this perpendicular line, that 90-degree line, on a vertical line. So anything along the long side of the triangle is now a latitude line. It is even parallel with the latitude line. So I'm just going to draw a short line until it crosses the bold longitude line. I'm going to do the same thing for longitude. To draw in my longitude line, I'll put that perpendicular on the latitude line. Draw in. So now I've drawn in my latitude and longitude. Now I'm going to use my dividers. I'm going to use my dividers to get the latitude. So I have 41 degrees, 21, 22, so 21, 22 is up here, so it'd be 21.8. So we have 41 degrees, 21.8 minutes north. Oops. That would be my latitude. For longitude, you're going to measure this way. How far are we off of this longitude line? So this buoy all the way down. This is 50, so we are on the lesser side of 71 degrees. So we are at 70 degrees, 51 point, I'm going to say 0.8. So we're at 070, 51.8 minutes west. And that's our latitude and longitude for buoy 29. Okay, number 4 is the Woods Hole Water Tower. So this is a prominent landmark. It's not a buoy, but it's we can use it as an aid to navigation because it is a prominent landmark and it's on the chart. So it wasn't designed, this water tower wasn't designed for navigation, but we can use it for navigation because it's a prominent landmark. So we're going to be in Woods Hole. That's this area right here. Woods Hole was the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute was the first job I had out of the academy. So been sailing lots around here. Anyways, I'm gonna use the roll plotter again, just so I mix up what we use here. So the water tower is significant landmark is going to have a solid dot because it's fixed, and then it has that circle around it, and it says water tower. So that is the point of interest that we are looking at. So I'm going to put my pencil on. I'm going to line up this line on the latitude line. Get it nice and lined up there. Okay. Parallel it up. And then I could draw over and read what my latitude is. So this is 30. So we are at 41 degrees 30. This is 31. So 31 point, here's 5. 1 above that would be 0.6 minutes north. So that's my latitude. For my longitude, I know that I'm real close to this longitude line. Oh, I know you can't see the longitude at the bottom there, but this longitude line is 70 degrees 40 minutes. So I know I'm just shy of that. So I'm going to use my dividers and measure along that line that I just drew how shy I am from this line. So I know I'll probably be 70 degrees 39 something. 39.7. So that would be 070 degrees, 39.7 minutes west. So explain a little bit further what I just did. This was our 070 40 minutes line, and that water tower was right here, right next to it, and I had drawn a latitude line that was parallel. So what I measured was how far away that tower was from that line, shortest possible distance. brought it down so I could measure how far it was, and that's how I got my 39.7. That's number 4. Okay, so for number 5, we are back on the left side of the chart, and near Block Island, the north side of Block Island, we have buoy 1B1. So here's our buoy. We want to make sure we're looking at the buoy. Again, there's not really a light around it, so we're okay. So we're looking for that buoy symbol. This time I'm using my triangle because it's right here. So we are very close to the latitude line, so I'm going to make sure I draw a straight line by making a perpendicular line. So I have a perpendicular line, so I know that this is a parallel line to all of the other parallels. So I can draw my line in. Same for my longitude. I'm going to put this perpendicular line right on the latitude line there. So I know that this is a parallel meridian. Just going to draw it all the way. That way we can see it here. So now I'm going to read. So I have 41, 10, 15.5. So 41 degrees, 15.5 minutes north is going to be my latitude. My longitude, I have 7130. This is 35, so I'm going to be at 07134, and then I could count, and that would be 34.6 minutes west. So that is my latitude and longitude for number 5. Okay, so for number 6, we are Cuttyhunk Harbor Light. So Cuttyhunk Island is here, right at the end of this kind of island chain entrance to Buzzards Bay on the north side of the Vineyard Sound. So here is the Cuttyhunk Island. We have the lookout tower we use sometimes, and then this is the Cuttyhunk Harbor, and we have a light at the entrance. To double check we have the correct light, we can double check the light characteristics. It is a quick flashing at 63 feet tall. So we have a quick flashing 63 feet tall, nominal range 12 miles. So check, this would be the correct light. So to get our latitude and longitude, let's see, our parallels might actually work. See if we can move down a bit. I don't think we can. Okay, so I am going to have to bring it on this one. So I'll get this right here. Okay, so I have my longitude line lined up on my meridian, and then I'm going to move my parallel until it just hits where that light is, right about there. Right there. And now I can move all the way down to the bottom, and I'm drawing a little line. I know you can't see that. Here's my line. Just drew in my little line there. I did longitude first for some reason on this one. But I have, this is 71, and the positive side of 71, this would be 070 on this side. So my longitude would be 070, a 55, 56, 57. So pretty much 57 even. At 0 west is going to be my longitude for this light. bring it back up here. Bring it over. There we go. So we can see the latitude. Let's see. Will I be able to reach? Just barely. So again, this part kind of gets tricky as you want to line something up. I'm going to start it right here. So I'm going to line up this line with my latitude line. So I'm going to be paralleling that latitude line all the way up. Oops. There we go. Okay, to my light, my harbor, my Cuttyhunk Harbor light. So I'm going to parallel that up to the light, right about there. You can see that. And it crosses my latitude line as well, so we don't have to adjust it. So that's great. So if we're looking at this, we have 20, 25, so it's just shy of 25. So how shy is it? Just 1/10. So we would have 41 degrees, 24.9 minutes north for my latitude. And that is for our Cuttyhunk Harbor Light. Okay, number 7 is our Easton Point R Tower. So on what is it? Aquidneck Island. This island right here. Easton Point is this point right here. And we have a couple towers. We have a spire, and then we have this R tower that we were looking for. So this is the light in question that we are getting our lat and longitude on. So this time I'm going to use the roll plotter, just trying to keep things mixed up here. I'm going to start with my latitude. I'm not going to be able to reach it, so I'm just going to parallel my latitude line down until it hits the tower, and then I'm going to draw it across. So this is my latitude line, and I am going to see how far it is from this 30 line. So we have 41 degrees 30, and it's just shy of that 30 line. So how shy? Right about there. I would say about 2/10. So we're going to go with 41 degrees, 29.8 minutes north as my latitude. And then for longitude, how far am I away from this 7120 line? Use my dividers here. Put it on the point, and then I'll see where it hits that meridian. And I already drew that line. So I can see, bring it all the way down to the bottom. I know you can't see this, but we have 15, 16, about 16.6. So we have, that would be 071, 16.6 minutes west for our tower position. You can see on this one, I did take a little bit of a shortcut. I only drew in my latitude line instead of my longitude and latitude line, just because we are so close to the latitude. The distortion one way or another wouldn't have been as much. So I took a little shortcut there. Again, you're going to learn the little shortcuts yourself. So it's always good to start with good habits. All right, let's do number 8. Okay, number 8 is our Nashaena Light Monument. So that island is part of this island chain here between Buzzards Bay and the Vineyard Sound. So on this island, we have a couple prominent land features. We have a house, a monument, and that's about it on this one. So this monument is the object that we are finding. So again, that's going to be a solid dot with a circle. That's a prominent landmark. So I'm going to use my triangle this time, trying to mix it up. I will put my pencil right on the monument and then put this perpendicular line on the latitude line so I can get a straight meridian. And do the same for latitude. Okay, so now I'm going to measure my latitude from this line. This line was a little bit closer, but I didn't measure it. It doesn't really matter. All right, so there's our distance. So we have 20, 25, steady here, about 25.6 is going to be my, so that would be 41 degrees, 25.6 minutes north as my latitude. For my longitude, I'm going to measure the distance I am from this longitude line. Okay, so you see that distance, bring it all the way down. I know you can't see, but we have 50, that's the line I'm measuring against, 51, 52, about 52.6. So that would be 070, 52.6 minutes west as my longitude. That's my position for number 8. Okay, so for buoy 2, let's use the roll plotter on this one. Just south of no man's land, we can check the light characteristics, flashing red for seconds. It is already on a longitude line, so that makes it really easy. So my longitude is going to be 070, 50.0 minutes west. And now I just have to figure out my latitude. So for latitude, I'm going to, I'm running off the table, so I'm actually going to go down from this one. I know this one's closer, but I'm just running out of table. Okay, so I'll line this up on the latitude line. Then I'll bring it all the way down. I'm going to run out of table again, just barely. I think I jiggled. Let me do that again. Gotta be careful. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my pencil, and here is my latitude line. So we are at 41, 10, 11, 12, about 12.12, about 12.2 is what I would call that. 41 degrees, 12.2 minutes north from my latitude. So longitude was real easy, and then all we have to do is calculate the latitude. All right, last one. Okay, last one here, number 10. I'm just going to do the triangle real quick. Okay, we're looking for buoy 11 at between Bull Point and Newport Neck. So that's going to be up around here. So as we're entering up from the Sound into Narragansett Bay, here is Bull Point, and we're looking for buoy 11. I know there's a couple buoys here, so we want to make sure we're looking at the right one. So this black buoy here is number 9. This buoy that has a light on it is number 11. And I know it has a light on it from the worksheet as well. So I'm looking for the buoy with the light, which is going to be this one. So to get Latin long, I'm just going to parallel my Latin long real quick. So now I can measure my latitude. Working all the way over. And I have 25, 6, 7, 8, 28.8. So I have 41 degrees, 28.8 minutes north. And then for my longitude, I'll measure how far away I am from this 20 line. I'm going to bring it all the way down. You can bring it down or up. And I'm at exactly 21. So that would be 071, 21.0 minutes west. So that's our position for number 11. Excuse me, number 10. All right, now we're going to move to assignment number 4. That will be in a new video. If you have any questions with positioning, plotting Latin longs, keep practicing just plotting other random aids to navigation, or just have a friend or something come up with a latitude and longitude and then plot it yourself. From this point forward, we're going to be plotting those latitude and longitudes a lot. So keep practicing this skill. That way it'll become second nature for you. As you can tell, some of my answers that I got were, give or take 2 or 3 degrees from the answer sheet. That's totally acceptable, totally fine. Just trying to hone in our skills here. All right, that's all I got. So let me know if you have any questions. Always here to help.